So I'm a side sleeper, and I've tried every pillow thinking that was the reason my shoulder and neck pain was pretty consistent. Well, I was wrong. It was my mattress. My mattress wasn't built for me and sleeping on my side. I spent time researching and cross-referencing what the sleep experts say with what actual side sleepers report and filtering it through my own experience of what I actually need, which is something that takes the pressure off my shoulder and keeps my spine from twisting and also doesn't turn me into a sauna at 3 a.m. If this sounds like your situation, this video is for you. Okay, here's the thing that nobody really explains. Side sleeping puts your body in a position where two things need to happen exactly at the same time, and they kind of contradict each other. Your shoulder and your hip, whatever side you're sleeping on, need to sink into that mattress. If they can't, those joints are just taking pressure all night, and you wake up feeling it. But if your waist and your lower back can't sink, if your midsection drops too far, your spine curves laterally and you're waking up with a whole different problem. So what you need is a mattress that's soft enough to absorb your pressure points and firm enough to support where it's in between. That's actually a pretty specific ask. A lot of mattresses don't nail it. The ones that do tend to have two things in common: zone support, where different parts of the mattress have different firmness levels, and enough material quality that the softer zones don't just bottom out after 6 months. Okay, with all that said, let's get into my 3 top mattresses for side sleepers. Here's what I found. Pick number 1 is the Helix Midnight. And I actually want to explain why there are actually 2 Helix picks in this video, because that's not an accident. The Helix Midnight is the standard version. It's a hybrid. There are coils underneath, and then there's foam on the top, and it sits at a medium feel, which is right where most sleepers want to be. It's not too soft where you're sinking into a hole, and it's not too firm that your shoulder's pushing against it all night. What Helix does well across their lineup is pressure mapping. They've put real engineering into making sure the mattresses responds differently to different parts of your body. For side sleepers, that means your shoulder zone gets more give while your hips and your waist stay supported. That's the zoned approach I mentioned, and it works. The Midnight is also genuinely good at motion isolation, which matters if you share a bed. Memory foam layers absorb movement really well, so you're not waking up every time your partner shifts. Where does it sit in the lineup? It's the more accessible option. It's less experienced than the Lux, and honestly, for a lot of side sleepers, it's going to be more than enough. If budget is a factor, this is where I'd look first. The one thing I'll flag: if you sleep hot, this version has less cooling technology built in compared to what we're about to talk about. So keep that in mind. Now let's talk about the Helix Midnight Lux. This is the upgraded version to what I just mentioned. And the differences are worth understanding because they're not just cosmetic. The Lux adds what Helix calls the Ergo Align layer. This is the one I kept coming back to in my research. It's a more sophisticated version of that zone support. The lumbar region is firmer. The shoulder zone is genuinely softer, and the transition between zones is smoother. For someone like me who's waking up with shoulder pain, that shoulder zone is the whole conversation. What it means in practice: your shoulder has more room to decompress. Instead of the mattress pushing against your joint all night, it actually is accommodating the shape of your body. That's the difference between waking up sore and waking up fine. The Lux also brings better cooling than the standard Midnight. There's a tensile cover and additional breathable foam layers that helps with airflow. Not a dramatic difference, but noticeable. And for someone who occasionally runs warm, it does matter. The feel is still medium. It's not dramatically softer than the Midnight, just more refined and more targeted. The pressure relief is better, the materials are better, and honestly, the edge support is better too, which matters more than people think when you're getting in and out of bed. Is it worth the price difference over the standard Midnight? If shoulder or hip pressure is your main issue, I'd say yes. The Ergo Align layer is doing real work there. If you're more of a just, I want a comfortable bed for my side sleeping position and I don't have specific pain points, then the standard Midnight is probably fine. For me personally, knowing what I know about my shoulder, I'd go with the Lux. The third pick on the list is NOLA Evolution. This one came up repeatedly when I specifically was looking at joint pressure relief. And as someone who went down this whole rabbit hole because of a stubborn shoulder, This one really caught my attention. NOLA built the Evolution specifically around pressure point relief. It's not just a general comfort story, it's genuinely engineered for people whose joints take a beating from their sleep position. For side sleepers, that means your shoulder and your hip are landing on something that's designed to absorb and redistribute that pressure rather than just passively cushion it. It's a hybrid with what NOLA calls air foam ice on top, a proprietary form that's both responsive and cooler than traditional memory foam. So, if you occasionally run warm like I do, it handles that without you having to make cooling your primary shopping criteria. The feel sits in that medium to medium soft range. That tends to work well for side sleepers. Enough give to let your pressure points sink in, enough support underneath to keep your spine from doing something it shouldn't. Where it stands out from the Helix options is that it's less about zoned architecture and more about the quality of the surface material itself. The foam is doing more of the work here. Some people prefer that it's a more uniform, consistent feel across the whole mattress rather than a structured transition between zones. If joint pressure relief is your #1 priority and you want something with strong cooling properties built in, the NOLA Evolution is a serious contender. Okay, fourth pick. And this one is coming from a different angle. It's the Brooklyn Bedding Aurora Lux. I included this one on the list because cooling is a real consideration for a segment of side sleepers. And the Aurora Lux is genuinely the best answer to that question in this category. Brooklyn Bedding built this mattress around temperature regulation from the ground up. The cover uses a phase change material, basically a fabric that actively absorbs heat rather than just being breathable. Underneath that, the foam layers are designed to move air rather than trap it. If you are consistently waking up warm, or if you share a bed with someone who runs hot, this mattress is the one that actually addresses that rather than just marketing itself as cooling. For side sleepers specifically, the Aurora Lux has a softer top layer that does a solid job on pressure relief. Your shoulder and hips get cushioning, and the coil system underneath maintains support. It comes in multiple firmness options. I'd look at soft or medium for side sleepers. The firm version, it leans more towards back and stomach sleepers. The honest comparison to the Helix Midnight Lux, I think the Helix is the stronger, pure side sleeper mattress in terms of targeted zone support. The Ergo Align layer is more specifically engineered for what side sleepers need. But if cooling is a significant factor for you, not just occasional, but every night kind of thing, the Aurora Lux closes that gap and might actually be a better overall fit. Different problem, different answer. That's why it's on the list. All right, those were my 4 picks, and genuinely built with side sleepers in mind, but they're not interchangeable. Here's my honest breakdown. For shoulder or hip pressure, which as a side sleeper is probably why you're even watching this, the Helix Midnight layer is my top pick. The Ergo Align layer is doing targeted work that the other mattresses on this list aren't quite replicating. Your shoulder gets the room to decompress, your spine stays where it should, and that's really the one. If the Lux is out of budget, the standard Helix Midnight keeps the core zone support and gives you most of the way there. If the Lux is out of budget, the standard Helix Midnight keeps the core zone support and gets you most of the way there. The refinement takes a step down, but the fundamentals are solid. If joint pressure relief is your priority and you want strong cooling built in from the start, then look at the NOLA Evolution. It's especially worth considering if the idea of a zone mattress feels overly technical, or you just want something that's consistently soft and pressure relieving everywhere. And if you genuinely sleep hot, not occasionally, but every single night, the Brooklyn Bedding Aurora Lux is the answer. The cooling technology is the real deal, and it's still a comfortable side sleeping experience. I went into this research as a side sleeper with a shoulder problem looking for real answers, and the Helix Midnight Lux kept rising to the top for all the right reasons. Most of these come with trials of 100 nights or more. That's your real safety net. Use it. Actually sleep on it for a month before you decide. I hope this helps you with your mattress research and gets you closer to a pain-free night of sleep. Thanks so much for watching.